I'm focused, man.
I'm a floss till they toss me a Bed-Stuy parade. All right, back in the building. Live NADEX Market Observation. Volume 108. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the market, see what's going on. Haven't done one of these in quite a while. But as promised, live NADEX Market Observation on deck. We're here. All right, so let me see. I thought I had a box. I guess it disappeared on me. Well, I'll draw another one. Shout out to everyone in the building. Right now, we're streaming live on 3 social media platforms. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So be sure to like and share the video. If you're on Twitter, be sure to retweet. All right, all of that will help the algorithm push the video out to more people. Y'all know the routine. And let's take a look at things. Man, seems like I haven't done one of these in forever. But as soon as I get back on the platform, it's business as usual. It's very, all right. Where do I want to start? NADEX, man. This platform, you got to love it. I don't know how people are not understanding the I don't even know how to describe it. It's like there's a disconnect. There is a disconnect somewhere. There's a lot of content on this YouTube channel. I mean, I've done so many videos. I've lost count. I don't know how many videos are on the channel. There's thousands of them. I've done countless live streams, challenges, just a lot of content, a lot of information. I talk about NADEX all the time. NADEX is a powerful platform. NADEX is a way that you can become free. There is a skill called market observation that when you learn it, it allows you to come onto this platform, look at the market, and see the behavior of the market movement. And then take that information and apply it so that you can enter into a trade ultimately that's going to be profitable. And you literally just rinse and repeat that process over and over again, however often you choose to. In fact, I promote and encourage people trade less often because you don't need a lot of trading to take place in order to start small but end big. I've created a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet shows how you can begin on this platform with your trades with $100, literally $100. And over the course of time and over the course of X amount of trades within that time. So let's put it in perspective so that we have context. Within 15 trades, you can grow your account from $100 to a size that is large enough for you to generate on one trade roughly about $288. So what that means is you start with $100 in your account and you trade consistently over time, utilizing the skill set that you learn through Team Alliance. You pace yourself, you take your time, and literally, as I mentioned, I promote and encourage people to trade less often so we can put that within a frame of time, let's say, during 1 week. So within a week, you trading one time, over the course of time, that would translate into 15 weeks, right? So within 15 weeks, you literally can take a $100 account that you started with and put yourself in position to generate 3 times as much as what you started with on every trade after that. That's just on the basic level. Keeping up that same system, 1 trade a week, within it, let's add on another 10 weeks after that. If you add on another 10 weeks, you now can earn that $288 per trade, and every other week you withdraw the $288, and every other week you leave the profit in the account and scale up again, the same way that you scaled up from the first trade to the 15th. So this is the way that it breaks down. From trades 1 through 15, you are scaling up your account. And just so that you understand how I'm breaking it down, the first trade, $18 is what you earn. Second trade, $18 is what you earn. Third trade, $18 is what you earn. Fourth trade, you're in position now to scale up the size of the account because you have 3 profits that you have added on to the original $100. And that means now you can increase the amount of contracts that you can put on the one trade that you are going to take for the week. And just continuing on with this system scales up the size of the account. So as I mentioned, from trade 1 through 15, the account scales up from $100 to a size large enough to generate $288 per trade after that. So let's look at it and examine it a little closer. Week 15, you generate $288. You withdraw it, money in the bank. Week 16, you generate $288, but you leave it in the account. Week 17, you don't earn $288. You actually earn more. Why? Because you left the previous profit in the account. So you're now able to earn more on the next trade. Stay with me. So on that following trade, instead of earning $288, you're going to earn $360. So this is week 15, 16, and then 17. So week 17, the profit that you earn is $360 now. And you continue to do the same thing. You withdraw that because every other week you withdraw, every other week you leave the profit in the account to scale up the account size. So now when you get to week 18, that $360 you leave in the account again. because week 17 you withdraw it. Following me? So now week 18 comes, you're going to earn that 360, but you're going to leave it in the account. So now week 19 comes, and guess what? The amount of profit jumps again. So now instead of you earning 360, you earn $432. Now look at what just happened. Over the course of 4 weeks, you went from earning $288 on each trade to earning $432 on each trade. Now, mind you, this is after you get in position from the first 15 trades. This is you continuing the same system of one trade a week. See, people don't understand how powerful that shit is. Because we keep going. We can keep going. So now you're in week 19. So now week 19, what did I say you earned? The 432, right? You withdraw the 432. Week 20 comes, you leave it in the account. Week 21 comes. It's not 432 anymore. Now, it's 522. Are you following along with me? So look at what we're doing. First 15 weeks, full scale up. Get in position. Every other week thereafter, we withdraw. And then the following week, we leave it in the account to grow the account further. And we continue on with this. And literally, over the course of, I think it's 36 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, because it's 36 minus 15, so it would be an extra 21 weeks. Yeah, 21 weeks. What's that? 21. Wait, 36 minus 15. 21. And what's half of 21? Is that 11? Yeah, so about 11. So 11 times, or 11. Yeah, 11 times. 11 times added on to the 15 puts your account in position. You're somewhere around 120 contracts, and 120 contracts earns you roughly about $2,100 a week. So now, mind you, for those of you familiar with the spreadsheet, you know that it doesn't even stop there. It keeps going because it goes all the way up to 30 trades. But I'm just showing you how powerful this is. So 36 weeks, how long is that? 9 months? Roughly 8 months and change? Over the course of 9 months, that's less than a year. You know how fast that goes by? We're already in April. 4 months already went by. Or I should say 3 full months, because what's the date? April 2nd. 3 full months have gone by already. And we're not talking about doing anything crazy. We're not talking about doing anything that is extravagant. We're talking about sticking to a simple system, utilizing a skill set in the market. This is what confuses me about how people still don't get this. Like people come into TA and some people will leave. I never understood that. I mean, I get it, but I don't at the same time. Because to me, once you see that there is a system and a blueprint that is effective, I would think that a person would have a one-track mind now to focus on that and block everything else off until they get that. Because that represents freedom. And I don't care how long it takes to get that. That's the point. Some people get discouraged, but I realize that the majority of people who get discouraged are the people that are not actually following the system and the blueprint that's laid out. They always do some other shit. They always try to twist it around, or there's something that they don't do, or they don't engage with the group to find out if they're doing it properly. They don't engage with the group to find out if they're following the steps that are a part of the system that you're learning. The reason that I'm going through this because there have been a large number of people that have left the group. And I mean just in general over time. Way more people have left than have remained. Now, this is just in general when it comes to anything. So I don't expect TA to be any different. However, I do expect there to be a difference in the stick-to-itiveness because TA is not like anything else. What you learn here is different. That's number one. Here, you're learning mindset principles first. Just like when I'm on these observations, I'm not on here showing you, oh, yeah, we're going to take this trade and here's a trade, because it's not about trades here. The system I just broke down for you, it's not about trades. I just explained a system to you that allows you to apply mindset to the market once a week. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you learn how to apply your mindset in the market, you can literally rinse and repeat that process one time every week, extract profit, and go on about your business. The problem becomes people thinking that they're learning a strategy. They're thinking that they're learning some type of a system. They're thinking that they're learning how to trade. This is not what you're learning here. What you're learning here is how not to do bullshit. I'm just saying. How many videos have I done? How many videos have I presented showing you different manifestations of the same system that you're learning and training? And with all the videos and all the content that I've done, people still do bullshit when it comes to the market. And it's like, well, damn, how? How you fucking up? And you in training and messing up. How you doing that? It's actually easy to do. Because when you don't apply the mindset principles first, you automatically are going to fuck up. You have not conditioned your mindset to develop the qualities necessary to deal with the market. That's the part right there that people don't have patience for. They don't want to wait for that, but you have to wait for that. I don't care how well you think you know my system. I don't care how well you think you know MRMH and, I know what RCB is. I know stability. I know what it looks like. I could trade stability in any market, just like how Mark used to do. Mark used to trade it in any market. See, you're already thinking about the wrong shit. The way that I have presented training now, and I mean in present real time, is in a way that has removed a lot of shit that you don't need to learn. The training has elevated and evolved so much, it's at the point where you don't have to learn nothing that'll distract you to fuck up. You don't have to go that route. It's laid out for you in a different way where literally all you got to do is work on your mindset first. You need to develop your patience, your discipline. I'm telling you to only trade once a week. How many times did you trade? Oh, well, I thought I could just take another one. I said once a week. You can't even develop that discipline. And then you wonder why when you look for more trades, you find trades, but you end up being in a trade at the wrong time somehow, and you end up losing. See, and I'm doing this on purpose because this applies to someone. It don't apply to everybody, but it does apply to someone that's fucking up. And then what happens is you fuck up to the point where you get so upset that you leave the group. This is why people have left TA. People haven't left TA because it doesn't work. They've left because they have been fucking up, and they've been doing it in silence, and they don't want to share with nobody, and they get frustrated with themselves. I have the proof of that. I have receipts literally showing what people are telling me is the reason that they're leaving. Oh, Mark, I'm throwing in the towel. I can't do it. You can't do what? I can't control myself. Verbatim, people have told me this. And I'm like, wow, people really must not be able to control themselves. Because that's what they're telling me. In other words, and mind you, I've had people say, Mark, your training is excellent and you're the best. But it's me. I just can't do it. And the way that makes me feel is very sad, because I'm like, damn, you don't even realize that you're giving up on yourself. Now, what happens is this. You think that you're leaving TA, but you're really not. What you're doing is you're abandoning yourself. And this makes it real sad, because that means that you'll continue to do that. You'll do that in another area of your life. You'll do that when it comes to something else in your life. You'll abandon it because you are abandoning you. What do you think freedom means? I'm not talking about just financial freedom. Financial freedom is secondary. When we talk about getting free here, we're talking about getting free. That's mindset first. And I keep reiterating this, and you will continue to run into this throughout your life until you buckle down and make the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. Fuck that. And then you put the work in. Because otherwise it becomes a cycle. 360 means that you end up where you started. I don't really want you to do a 360. I want you to do a 180, because where you are is fucked up. Where you want to be, it's not fucked up. That's half. That's 180. That's not coming back to where you started. You don't want to end up where you are now. You want to end up on the opposite side of where you are now. So I don't want you to do a 360. I need you to do a 180. A turnaround. Because the shit that you're doing now is not going to work. It's not going to get you freedom in any area of your life. Like, you thinking that you're giving up on the market and trading and all. No, you're giving up on you. See, this is necessary for somebody to hear. This is necessary for somebody to hear right now. It's like being in church. Like, damn, man, he was talking to me all service. Damn, he talking to me. I know. I am talking to you. And see, what's interesting is that I subconsciously made a decision to back away from TA for a while. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of content on purpose. I'm like, I'm gonna back away and see what happens. I'm gonna let everything be revealed. Because what happens is, see, when I'm doing content and when I'm on here doing live streams and I'm doing shit and I'm active, it's just like church. It's literally just like church. When you go to church, you feel great. Oh, that was a great message. Oh man, Pastor, I can't wait to come back. This is why people go to church every week. Because it's like they got to get juiced up. But what the pastor's telling you is more important for when you're not at church. It's when the pastor's not around. What are you doing then? What are you tapping into when he not preaching to you? Whoa. I noticed in church, the strongest members are the ones that have like a little community of people, and they come together even when they ain't no church. They hang out together. They go bowling together. They go roller skating together. You ever notice? You ever seen little groups in church? They always be together. You know why they do that? Because they know that that's how they keep the communion together. So when they in church in the service, they're living that every day because they all hang out outside of church. That's the equivalent of the group chat. That's the group chat right there. When people have signed up, first thing I tell them, I'm like, listen, stay close to the fire. They think I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the group. Why is that so important? Because the people in the group are a direct reflection of me and the training. And this is how the evolution of TA has taken place. It's taken place through the group, not me. All I've done is planted the seeds. What the group has done with it is what has made TA what it is. You're going to learn more and you're going to absorb more. You're going to relate to more. You're going to understand more. You're going to elevate more. You're going to grow more as a result of connecting with the other people in the group. That's how you grow. When you ask somebody something in the group, what do they tell you? They all sound the same, don't they? Oh, well, what trainer should I watch? What you mean? 301. What kind of question is that? And they'll tell you other trainers. They'll be like, 740, 741. That's a good one. 450 is a good one. They might throw other ones in there, but the first one off the rip, what do they say? What? 301. How many times did you watch 301? And see this, so now watch this. Accountability. This is where accountability comes in. Because now when you say something in the group, you expose what you're doing. And if you're doing bullshit, they will auto-correct you. Just like that. You only watch 301 twice? Oh, well, that's the first thing. You need to watch 301 twice a day. Yeah, but it's the same one. But there's 400 other trainers. Yeah, but you need to watch 301 though. Like every day though. This is not me saying it. This is the group telling you this. Well, you need to watch 301. There was a time, remember when I used to always talk about how I got 301 playing in my Bluetooth? I got a Bluetooth in the shower, Bluetooth speakers in the car. I'm in the car, I'm listening to 301. I got earbuds in my ear. I'm listening to 301. I'm in the restaurant eating dinner with my family. I got 301 in one of my ears. And people thought I was joking. No, that's what I do. Bluetooth all over the house. Why? It's like, well, damn, why you keep listening to that? Because every time that you hear the same thing over and over again, eventually your hard-headed shit breaks. It splits your hard head open. And when your hard head gets split open, it starts to receive now. Because when you hard-headed, nothing's going in. You listening, but you're not absorbing anything. I watched 301 already. Wrong answer. You got to take it back to the core essence, the basics. There's people that left TA that watched 301 one time. Like, bruh, what? What? There's people that left TA that never talked to nobody in the group. You didn't even give yourself a chance. So the reason that I'm going through this is because I want people to understand what's necessary to be successful with what it is that we do. It's mindset all day long. You got to have the right mindset first. You need the right mindset just to be able to focus on what it is that you should be looking at just when you make observation in the market. When you're doing an observation in the market, what are you looking at? Just like if I say, all right, where's the barrier? If I test you on that and then you tell me, I see there's a barrier here. No, that's not the barrier. The barrier is the one in the box. See, now, if you were plugged into the group, you would know that. This is what I'm saying. Mind you, there's a whole training on barrier in the box. But then when I ask you about a barrier, you don't say the one in the box. So what's missing? This is what I'm saying. You'll begin to understand the most important things to be focusing on. You can only do that by staying plugged in. Some of y'all never plugged in. I don't understand that shit. Why would you join this training and not plug into the group when that's the first thing I tell you to do? Make sure you stay connected in the group. Stay close to the fire. You got the notifications turned off. Then you wonder why it's so easy for you to give up on yourself. You didn't even give yourself a chance. If you joined TA to begin with, there was a reason that you joined. There's an urge, there's a desire for freedom that you have. Don't ever let go of that. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how hard it seems. Why would you give up on that? The urge is what brought you here. You can't even come here without that. You can run into TA videos all day. I'm just another dude on the internet talking. There's plenty of people talking. But what is it that resonates and connects with you when you hear this content? Something connects. It's your desire for freedom. That's what it is. Don't ever let go of that. You letting go of that is you letting go of yourself, because you're the only way that that's going to happen. Freedom is only going to come to you through you. TA is just a vessel. That's it. It happens to be the vessel and a very powerful one, but it's still a vessel. You are the one that has to do the work. All right. I don't know how this turned into this, but it is what it is. I never know where these things end up going, but they go wherever they need to go. Red man in the building. Red man in the building. So, yeah, man. I had one to talk about something else, but I forgot what it was. It wasn't as important as this, clearly. So anyway, so we'll take a quick look at the market. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to ask. The market at this current moment looks very good. Looks good. Yep, looks very good, actually. So let's take a look and see something. So let me draw my box out. Let's see what we got here. All right, there's a box. So for the last, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's my box. Oh, I got a box back here. Cool. Oh, that's crazy. And that was the first box that all of these were in. Excuse me. I knew I had drew a box. All right, so that's 8. So 8 binaries you've had candles in the box for 8 binaries. Just looking at it off the rip, I can see a barrier in the box towards the top area of the box. And what I want someone to do is to point out where the barrier is. Tell me what the number is, and I will confirm that that's what it is. But I see it already, just visually. I can see it. But someone tell me what the barrier is. And I also want to know, was there a barrier towards the bottom of the box? So this would be a little mini training and a little mini exam at the same time. And if you look, you can see it. It's like this is what I love about the market. The market just shows you what it's doing. Like you can visually see what's going on. But yeah, so you guys tell me what I just asked about. All right. JT saying 1.0 7744. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Got a 4.8 there. Got a 4.8 there. Is it 4.4? Or is it 4.8? I'll let y'all answer that. Is the barrier at 4.4 or the barrier at 4.8? And JT says that the bottom barrier is 773, which is what? 773 is doing what? And this is good. These are very good questions I'm asking. This is excellent. 773, right on the strike. Boom. Very good. That was Walker. And Steven is saying that 4.8 is the top. Correct. So now so tell me, why did JT point out the 4.4? Tell me, why did JT point out the 4.4? Was he wrong? Was he right? And does it matter? I want y'all to respond to that. So let's go back. Let's say that we're back here, right? So we're on this binary, and this takes place. That 4.4, and it's actually 4.5 on this candle right here, right? That 4.5. So is that 4.5 relevant? That's my question. Is the 4.5 relevant? Is that 4.5 relevant? And let me see what y'all say to that. Steven says no, it's not relevant. Why? Why not, I should say. This is very good too, by the way. This is excellent. Ooh, JT on it. He said the 4.8 is more relevant. Very good. Walker not what he said? Recognizable, not significant. Very good. Steven, I usually use the one that's closest to the strike. Very good. Okay, cool. Now, it was the barrier. It was broken upon retest. Okay, got you. Meaning that when the 4.8 came the second time, it broke the 4.5. I'm assuming that that's what you're saying, if I'm correct, Steven. Walker, market consistently touching and turning away from 4.8. Yep. That it did do. So I'm gonna point something out when let me see if you guys are finished with your responses. And did I ask something else just now? I thought I had asked another question. I asked a question about the bottom one. What is it about the bottom one that I would say? What would I say about the bottom one? That's a good question. What would I specifically say about the bottom one? And Walker touched on it, but I want you guys to elaborate. He touched on it when he said this, that it's on the strike, but I want you to elaborate. Like, keep going. What would I say about that bottom one? I would say that it's not something. I'm gonna help you with that. Walker said no cushion. Okay. Oh, y'all on the same wavelength. JT said no cushion. No cushion on that barrier on the bottom strike. Correct. Now, how would I say that? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Somebody gonna get it. I can feel it. Ooh. Come on now. Yeah. This is TA training right here. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look. Y'all see this? Come on now. Come on, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the reason I'm excited is because, like I said, I did an entire training on the barrier in the box. So that's like the last part of when you have stability that manifests itself through the range of the candles. And the range is just simply small candles that are similar in size. The clustering of the candles. That's when you start to see the candles kind of moving horizontally, like across. Then the barrier comes into play. That's what we're talking about now. And what do you need when the barrier is in play? What do you need it to be? You need it to be in the box. And when you put these elements together, you start to easily recognize times that are just like what we're looking at now. Look at how many binaries we got right now in the box, and it's still doing it. Look at this. Come on, man. This is what the market does. And what's so crazy is that everybody don't see this, but we see it. Everybody doesn't understand why this is happening. Everybody can't understand this shit. But just look at it. Look at this shit. Look. Yo. Look at this. Come on, man. Come on. So you get to understand how powerful not only the market is, but the fact that you're observing the market and you're seeing what the market is actually doing at the time and understanding why it's happening. This puts you in the very best position that you could possibly be in. It's the position where you're able to end up in a trade with full confidence that it's going to be profitable, period. And literally being able to take that process and apply it over and over and over again. That's all we're doing. Mind you, we don't do nothing else. I'm not trying to do other trades and all. Let me see if I could do vertical too. Do you see me doing vertical? No. Why? Because I'm focused, man.
I'm focused, man.
I'm focused. So if I'm focused, you got to be focused. This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. And look at how on point everybody is. Now, you saw how many responses came back the same? Everybody said it at the same time. In the box. Got to be in the box. Because you know that's what I would say. That's exactly how I would describe it. Because that's what it looks like on the chart. What do we have on the chart? A box. Where do the candles need to be? In the box. Where does the barrier need to be? In the box. Why? What does the box represent? I'll let y'all answer that. That'll be the last one. Y'all tell me, what does the box represent? And I want everybody outside of TA who's not in training, pay attention to what the response is. Watch this. Y'all tell me, what does the box represent? What does the box represent? JT says stability. Sean says the barrier. Steven says ranging. Walker says market in stable position. Mario says stab. Okay, stability. Maybe I didn't ask that simply enough. Okay, I'm not gonna say y'all are wrong. Y'all are all correct. But what am I asking? What am I asking you guys to describe? What does the box represent? Listen to how I'm asking. What does the box represent? Give me the simple answer. The simple, basic, bare bones answer. He said, I think we need a more specific question. You haven't been live for a minute. Oh, shit. There we go. Here we go. That's all I was asking. Damn. They're like, well, the box represents RCB. It represents RCBPP. It represents stability. No, it just represents the lines. And like I said, you guys were all correct. I'm not going to say that you was wrong. But yeah, the box simply represents the lines. What lines? The strikes. The strikes. That's it. Yep. For real, yeah, I know, right? After all that shit I was talking. After all them props I gave y'all talking about a whole bunch of other shit. I'm like, damn. Oh, man. No, but very good, though. Very, very good. Yeah, this is good. This is very good. Excellent. All right, man. So did y'all have any other questions? Because I'm about to get off. This one right here, definitely y'all got to watch again. You got to watch again. Somebody need to hear this shit. Now, let me see if you have any other questions. Because if not, yo, you know what it is. I'm out. About to hit the sack. Any more questions? Going once. Going twice. Right, exactly. What about two barriers in the same direction? What do you mean by that? Elaborate. Two barriers in the same direction. Actually, I know what you mean, but I want you to ask that question in more detail. What is the parameters for validity? Okay, that is sounding like a trade question. How would I ask that question? Let me see how you'll respond to that. The question that Steven is asking, he's saying, what about when you have more than one barrier? And then he asks, what are the parameters for validity? Which we know is a trade question, because when you say validity, you have to be making reference to a trade. A valid what? A valid trade. And I think that that's not the question that you really want to ask. It's the question you're asking, but you're that's not what you are really asking. And I mean, Walker hit it on the head. Stability is always the answer. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want you to try to elaborate on the question. What about two barriers in the same direction? What does he mean by that? Oh, JT's on it. JT's on it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm about to be out. I'm about to be out. Exactly. Exactly. Read exactly what JT says. Specifically, the second sentence. There's only one valid barrier in the box. Yes. Yes. Very good. Right. And it didn't make sense because, and what Walker's saying is what I was saying at first, because I'm like, well, what you mean? But I knew what he meant. I knew what he meant. What he is making reference to is when you have one barrier, just like JT pointed out just now, which is what I was talking about. When he mentioned the 45, I think he said 44, but it was the 45. He mentioned the 45 barrier, but the actual barrier was the 48 barrier. The 45, I had asked, was that relevant? And you guys said, no, it wasn't relevant or significant. Now, to elaborate on that point that you guys said about it being insignificant, it is insignificant to a degree, but it is relevant because that 45 represented the market revisiting the area of 48. And I hope that makes sense. So, Stephen, this will also give you clarity on what your question is. So it's not that you had two barriers. There was only one barrier. The barrier was 48. Now, the 45 that came up on the revisit, it was relevant to a degree because it's the market revisiting the area of 48. It's only 3 micropips away from 48. So like in your mind, you want to feel as if, well, it got to go to 48. And it's like, okay, it doesn't have to go to 48. But if it comes up to the area of 48, we're going to watch what it does in the area that it does come up to. So now it came up to 45. What did it do when it came up to 45? It moved away again. So was it relevant? It was actually relevant. Was it significant? It depends on how you're looking at the time. Because at that time, if you're looking at the market go from this high barrier and then travel lower, right? We know when it went lower, it established itself on the strike at the bottom barrier. Then it came back up and revisited the area of the top barrier, which was in the box. It was 48. Hit 45. And then on the next candle, hit 44. That's the one that JT pointed out. So if you go back and look, as a matter of fact, let me pull it up because I'll actually show you. I will actually show you because I saw it when I had looked at it when JT had mentioned it. So look, watch this. You see this? What is the high there? Where it says highs, it says 4.5, right? Next candle, what's the highest? 4.4. So on the next candle, you had the market moving away. And it literally moved away. And that candle was the last candle of that binary. So when it came up to 4.5, 4.5 is the area of where this barrier is, where the 4.8 barrier is. It is in the area. It didn't go exactly to 4.8 on that revisit, right? And if you look, this right here, this move on this candle was 4.3, and then this move broke the 4.3, but it stayed under 4.8. Is that relevant? Like, see, the reason that I'm doing this is because I'm showing you the way that the market moves when it is revisiting a barrier. A barrier that it creates is a level that you know that it's not going beyond. But how do you know that? Because it will revisit the area. And if it revisits the area and stays in the area, when it gets to the area of where the barrier is, you'll see the market move away from the barrier. That's how you end up knowing. So now when we come over here to this revisit, this one hit the barrier to the pip. It went directly to 4.8. Directly. So now when it moves away from 4.8 again, now you know that there is strength where that barrier is. So now, once again, you wait for that revisit to come again. And over here, you can see it came up there again. And it actually went slightly above it to 4.9, and then it backed away a little bit. So what this helps you to see is that when the market establishes barriers inside of a box, there's multiple things that are taking place. One, all the candles are in the box. Two, it revisited an area inside of the box that it already was at. Which means now, when you see that movement come up to that area, you can look at the positioning of the market there and look at pricing. So when you're seeing positioning and pricing, that could end up being a potential trade depending on how many times it has revisited that area. See, it might be the first time that it did that. And in that instance, it was the first time. You'll have times when it might do that 2 or 3 times. So how much more confidence will you have when the market revisits a barrier multiple times and each time moves away from the barrier? You see where I'm going? So knowing what to look for and then knowing how to establish full confidence in what the market is doing when it comes to the barriers that it is creating and then respecting and all of that, you're able to see that through multiple manifestations or multiple revisits, multiple retests, whatever you want to call it. The more times that it revisits and moves away from it, the higher your confidence becomes. Because you see that the market is unfolding. It's like, okay, it wants to move away from that area. All right, let me see what it does when it comes back up there. Then it goes back up in the same area again, and it does it again. And then this time you're like, all right, there's pricing too. Oh shit, there it is. And then that ends up being the trade. So hopefully that gives you clarity. That should give a lot of clarity just now with that explanation. I see that barriers are separated by position changes, but they'll be relevant to different strikes. Yeah, if there's a position change, then the market is relocating to another area, and then it will create a new barrier. Don't mean barriers that close together, just unbroken barriers. Are they forever relevant? They're relevant to the degree that they're not broken. Like there's a barrier of 677 when it's 712, when it's 730. So Stephen, is there a question behind this? Because you're mentioning these levels. What's the question? Or if I answered the question, you could say that too. Yes, much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, that was a solid explanation, though, I must say. That was pretty solid. So, Stephen, I'm waiting on you. Were you asking a question from that, or was the question answered? Or your concern? Question is rather what establishes that this is the new area for the market? Well, the new area is established by the market moving away from the old area. Once it moves to the new area, it may, well, I'm not even going to say that it may not have a barrier yet. It ain't going to have a barrier yet. And yeah, see, this is good. JT is on it tonight. Multiple in the boxes. That's a good way to recognize visually what the market is doing when it is stabilizing and creating barriers. You'll see multiple sections of binaries inside the box. Very good. So if the market repositions itself, the only thing that's going to happen is the box will relocate. Does that make sense? That does make sense. Let me not even ask that. So you'll have the box move. Like just like this. Let's do a little exercise real quick. If I take this box and move it up here on this area right here, market is moving up. And the candles are not staying in the box here. They're moving outside of the box because look at what it does on this one. It's outside of this box. So it's relocating. It's repositioning itself. even though the candles are not huge, but these candles are bigger than the candles that are settled inside of the box like they were back here. So once the market repositions itself, you'll start to see the candles do what again? They'll start to cluster because they are ranging. So you'll see RCB present itself again in a new area. And all it is visually is the market now being in another box. Because look at what's happening now. All the market did was relocate and reposition up here. Now it's in a box up here. You see? So now, once again, what are you waiting to see? You're waiting to see multiple instances of the market being in this box. So you want to see this repeat again. Well, how is it going to repeat? Market has to stay in the box. And also the barrier has to establish itself inside of this box. And until you have that, you know that the market is not positioned in a way where it's going to revisit a barrier and stay or respect that barrier. How do you know that? Because it's outside of the box, which means it broke the barrier. Does that make sense? This is good. This is very good. There it is. Question answered. All right, I'm out. Y'all know what it is. Mark for the Team Alliance. I'm going to holler at you on the next one. Love, peace, and soul. Deuces.
Dom DeMarco. Dom DeMarco.
How's about your company this evening? I would say